This is a tiny baby dragon, and this is the fully grown red dragon, capable of destroying a whole city. Today, I will simulate what it's like to raise a dragon as a house pet. You're going to see every stage of his life, from birth to beast. We'll see what he does for fun, what he eats, and how he sleeps, until we find out exactly why. This gets very dangerous. It all started with this egg. I bought it on the dark web for the price of a sports car. The package finally arrived. It wasn't in a normal cardboard box, but in a heavy fireproof lead container stamped with hazard warnings. I built a custom incubator with volcanic sand. I watched it for 48 hours straight. It pulsed like a heartbeat. Then, a crack. It sounded like stone breaking. Steam shot out instantly. It smelled like sulfur and burning wood. He pushed his head out. He was gasping for air. It's hard to believe this innocent baby is about to cause so much trouble, but right now, he just opened his eyes. They were pitch black, like oil. I touched him. His scales were smooth, warm, and dry instantly. He didn't want milk. He wanted meat. Raw, bloody meat. He ate half a steak in seconds. Where does he put it? Then he burped, and smoke came out. He fell asleep directly under the heat lamp. He was recharging. A week later, he started itching like crazy. He was shedding his skin. He was growing. Glass couldn't hold him anymore. I finished the steel enclosure. He tested the bars immediately. His bite force was already scary. I decided to let him out for some exercise. He spread his wings, and they were huge. His first attempt at flying was ungraceful. He crashed straight into the sofa. Luckily, dragons are sturdy, but he learned fast. Within an hour, he was hovering like a hummingbird. But I never could have predicted what he would become. Soon, he transformed into a beast. That was nothing like my pet. But now he found the highest point in the room, my expensive chandelier. And that was the end of my deposit. He had a high prey drive. He hunted houseflies with lethal precision. He was always cold. He discovered that my gaming laptop was a great heater. But his favorite spot was my shoulder. His skin was scorching hot against my neck. He was growing an inch every day. His diet became expensive. The sneezing started again, but this time, it wasn't just smoke. I had to buy 3 fire extinguishers. Living with a dragon means living on high alert. He looked guilty, but I don't think he was actually sorry. At night, he started doing this. He became territorial. He attacked his own reflection. By month 3, the steel cage was a joke. He was too big. He spent hours staring at the clouds. He knew he belonged up there, not in here. By month 4, my apartment was too small. He was a bull in a china shop. His claws were sharper than diamond. There went my security deposit. Furniture didn't stand a chance. When dragons get bored, they melt things, just for fun. He was miserable. I knew what I had to do. We needed open sky. I rented a moving van. Getting a 200-pound reptile inside was difficult. He hated the confinement. The whole van smelled like sulfur. We drove 4 hours into the mountains, far away from people. I opened the doors. Then, he stretched wings he hadn't been able to fully open since he hatched. He leaped. For a second, I thought he was going to fall to his death. But then the instinct kicked in. He was born for this. I was losing control more and more. I could feel it. He was going to bring serious trouble. But now he roared with pure joy, spitting fire at the clouds. I saw him lock onto a mountain goat. I realized he wasn't a pet. He was an apex predator. He landed back beside me at sunset. The ground shook. He looked different, wilder. Trying to get him back in the van was a nightmare. The ride back was silent. He just stared out the window. Back in the apartment, he slumped into a depression. He wouldn't eat. The next morning, the sadness was gone, replaced by pure rage. I tried to feed him. He snapped at me. He didn't see a friend anymore. He was too big to even turn around without destroying something. He just wanted to burn his way out. The sprinklers turned on. My apartment was a flooded, smoky ruin. The neighbors saw the smoke. 5 minutes later, the whole street was full of cops. They didn't knock. They found a mythological nightmare. They ran faster than they arrived. The police called the National Guard. This was way above their pay grade. They loaded up elephant tranquilizers. They gassed him out. It took a few minutes, but the beast finally fell. They needed a construction crane just to lift him onto the transport. They took him to a secret facility, a concrete bunker buried underground. They put the king in a cage. No sunlight, just cold steel. To them, he wasn't a living being. He was just a weapon to be studied. He tested the bars. They were electrified. But they made a mistake. They forced him to hate. His body temperature started rising, hotter than a furnace. Steel melts at 2,500 degrees. He was hotter. He didn't unlock the door. He melted it. Panic wasn't the word. It was pure chaos. They opened fire with everything they had. It was insulting. He showed them what real firepower looks like. He took to the sky. He was done with cages. The king has arrived. He announced his arrival. The sound shattered windows for 10 blocks. The ground forces opened up. It looked like fireworks. He rained fire down on them. The street turned into a river of magma. The Air Force tried to trap him between the towers. He used skyscrapers like shields. The city was falling apart. Nothing could stop him. He was born in fire. He spotted the highest peak. He wanted the throne. He climbed, just like he used to climb my curtains. And then, the sun rose. I looked at him through a news camera drone. The rage was gone. Looking at the destruction, I realized I made a terrible mistake. I tried to own something that can't be owned. He gave us one last look and left. He flew west toward the untamed lands. He found a home where fire wasn't a crime. And his instincts finally took over completely. He curled up on the warm rocks, just like he did under my heat lamp. The baby I raised, and the monster I set free. It's amazing how fast a tiny baby turns into a weapon of mass destruction. My apartment is gone. My life has changed forever. He is out there somewhere, king of the mountains. My life has changed forever.